That shit makes sense.
I hate
Long division. What's the first thing that fucked you up?
Long division. That shit fucked me up. Didn't make sense. I don't know how many times this nipple can go inside this nipple. Like that whole. I can do it on calculator.
Everybody can do it on a calculator.
I think what fucked me up. Period was just math in like a horizontal equation.
Oh yeah,
I needed to be.
That's how they always did the examples in the book. Horizontal. I'm like, what the fuck going on? We don't do it in class like this.
I remember that shit. See, 8 is a weird fucking sign, and 2. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I ain't like that shit.
Yeah. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome to the BeatsnChill podcast. It's your boy Hometown. Welcome. I got Jazz to my right.
Hey.
DJ Raul the Fool to the left. Tyree on the cam. Also on mic. And we here back again. Another episode.
This is 115. I forgot to put it on.
It's 115. Episode 115. And we got some lovely topics today that we want to talk about. But before we get into that, how y'all feeling? You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple weeks.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot as a bitch.
Hot.
Hella hot.
I think Tyree taking offense to that.
No,
he don't care.
He hot. What a hoodie on.
Right? I can't say nothing. I got sweatpants on though.
Me too. I came in with a denim jacket.
You can wear a hoodie at any time. I feel like wearing the sweatpants is kind of crazy.
That's
Oh damn.
a Tampa nigga mindset.
Niggas just gonna put on sweatpants.
I can't wear.
It's called sweatpants. It ain't called a sweatshirt.
But you gotta.
A sweat hoodie. That mean you want to sweat. That's got a hoodie on.
I feel like we got the same amount of heat going on though. Which you
different
wear.
regions.
Yeah, exactly. You just up top.
One region get smellier than the others.
Y'all seen John Wick 4?
Nah, I haven't been to the movie.
I heard that shit fire.
Shit is amazing beginning to end.
Mario just came out too. I heard what.
Oh, that shit fun.
Mario, watch John Wick.
Man, that Mario shit right. That
I
Mario.
didn't see John Wick 3. I ain't seen the third one yet.
Yeah, I started watching the third one, but it was just kind of slow. Like it wasn't.
I went to the movies to see the third one. So
You saw the whole thing?
yeah, that should.
Did it get good like halfway? Cause
Yeah,
they was talking a lot in the beginning.
I think I kind of the storyline kind of threw me off because I started seeing shit. This no motherfucker was in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, did I fall asleep? What the fuck am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know, but I'm gonna go check out.
John Wick 4, I
You
think, is
gotta watch
better than
Air too. You gotta watch Air.
The Air is fire.
Oh,
Yeah, I see.
That shit. I heard it was great. I think it got like a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
oh shit.
And that shit is like independent. Like it was only like in the movie theaters for like 2-3. It's not like one of them long.
That's some good actors though.
It was like three
Really?
weeks in there. But yeah, Chris Tucker in that bitch, Marlon,
Ben Affleck.
and Ben Affleck,
think
Matt
directed it.
Damon, Viola Davis,
Yeah.
and I think they did that on their own, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. So
That's cool.
Damn.
I'll catch it on HBO.
Michael Jordan is not in the movie. Spoiler alert. They just like show like the back of the nigga head and shit. So
That man ain't
it's
about
not
to
like
be
he
in
in
no
that talking or whatever.
The real back of the head of Michael Jordan.
Nah, it's just
It's too much work. They had to like find somebody to play real Jordan.
That's it. The real back of the head.
The real back again.
Where we starting there, man? We got some topics on here. Where we want to start?
Let's start with Coachella.
Coachella.
Let's start with
We are in prime festival season
when Coachella start.
today this week.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
yesterday.
They got 2 weekends.
Yeah, so it's basically I think what they do it is they do the festival. They just repeat the whole festival the following week.
I think that has something to do with 420, but that's just me.
No, but I think they've always did that, right?
Yeah.
They've always like it's 3
What do you
days.
mean they repeat the festival?
So because it's 2 weeks, so it's like it's week 1, it's week 2, and then they have performers perform this week, and they gonna perform next week too.
Oh,
That's what
for real?
that's what
The same set,
Yeah,
right?
That's
Yeah.
what I think. I from what I saw, because they
So it's just like a week long, basically.
No, it's like
two
two separate
weeks. So it's this weekend and then
Oh, you know, probably because people can't afford tickets, or if you get packed out, so they got to do it 2 consecutive weekends to be able to
that's crazy.
accommodate everybody.
Is that greedy?
Is it the same head? Is it the same like undercard or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so because the different titles is just different days, but they do it two weeks, and it's like damn, they
I know
really
that's
just
a
like.
Bag if you're an artist.
Can you imagine Rolling Loud did some shit like that? Hey, we finna do Rolling Loud this weekend, and we finna do the same shit next weekend, same spot.
Yeah, like they gonna have the same thing 3 months from now.
That's, I don't know. I mean, I guess it benefits a lot of people, you know. Definitely if you work, like you work in the festival.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
I know that's a bag.
Frank Ocean's performing.
yeah, he's headlining. Frank Ocean's headlining.
Oh, it's official? It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's official. It's
That's
official.
crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Is it going to be on YouTube?
Yeah, it's gonna be streaming on Sunday night.
That's how I watched Jid perform at Coachella last year.
Yeah.
I think that's cool that we got that now. Being able to
Goddamn
stream it.
right.
Yeah.
Introverts like me that just want to watch the shit and not be in them sweaty ass pits of hell.
Hell yeah.
Watching them niggas jump around.
And passing out.
See, them motherfuckers that sing in festivals isn't the funnest thing to do. That's somebody like Victoria when they Beyonce that movement, they that movement that's hype. It's fun, but like Frank Ocean and motherfuckers just like real deal singing, that shit ain't fun, bitch. Cause that's when your feet gonna start hurt. Then you ain't gonna care about the music that much. You like,
No.
yeah, fuck this
You
shit.
start actually paying attention to your feet hurting too.
Yeah. The music slow. You like, okay, I'm in pain.
I mean, I guess. I think people prepare for that though. I think people prepare for that. Definitely, they gonna be doing multiple festivals. Like you better treat these festivals like how Outkast did years ago. They was doing like a festival tour run.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that niggas prepare for that shit. Speaking of festivals, Dreamville Fest. I went to that shit. First day, I almost passed out. Like
How? Because you was too turned up or you was like too
High.
high?
it was a combination of the weather, because the temperature dropped like a motherfucker. It's hot. It was fucking at night. Hell yeah, it was cold as a motherfucker, boy. I think the low was like, it was like for I think like in the 50s. And you know, that's Tampa nigga, that's freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and they go from hot, and you out there. Once you in, you ain't leaving to go like change.
Yeah.
They ain't like going back to the car or shit like that. So you gotta carry out all shit on. Yeah, you take the sword off, wrap it around you, then you put it on, and it's just like you just hot, right? Then you're drinking alcohol, probably pregame, smoking.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, exactly what I did.
He said probably freaking like
down under the pack.
I remember it was during Sir's set. Sir from TDE was singing, and this big bulky ass nigga was just singing, moving, and you see like the big screen when you're not too close, so you see the screen, and I just remember just like, I'm about to fucking pass out into the end of singing. Like, I'm looking at this nigga, and I just locked in on this motherfucker, and I'm like, yo, this is it. I'm about to fucking just drop.
By lock your knees too.
By the treat sir like Michael Jackson.
Knees.
Hell, bro. I felt like my body was like, I'll let all this shit go right now. I throw up, pee, all at once right now. Man.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
That's a terrible.
I sat down, and
Who was
yeah,
I was with a couple of friends, but you know,
they like see the distress?
absolutely. I had to hang on.
Ain't nobody like going like.
you okay? You all right? You need
I sat down,
Mm-hmm.
so it was kind of like, and I can't sit Indian style, like I can't cross my legs.
I mean, it's a festival. That's
So
perfect.
I was like, this. I have my hand up. Anybody can step on me and shit.
Joe, can you remember we was at the day in Vegas and I was trying to ready to leave. I was walking through the crowd, stepping on motherfuckers. I was stepping on people's shoes and shit. I was like,
That shit real, bro. That shit is real.
fuck about
You
it.
don't give a fuck. By the time you ready to go, your feet hurt. You ready to get the fuck out of there.
walking through.
You ready to get the fuck out of there, dog. You tired. You probably hungry, or you probably gotta like. You don't want to use a porta potty, so you probably like damn. And then once you walk out of the festival, there's more walking. There's like a lot more walking. You feel what I'm saying?
Because you
it's
gotta
like-
walk to your car.
Yeah, it's like thousands of people. You know what I'm saying?
Walking slow as hell.
Yeah. And, you know, I will say that I haven't seen that many black people in one spot. There was a lot of black people.
That's great.
More than there in Vegas.
Absolutely. It was a lot of Asian.
Or the broccoli. The broccoli one is the one that
The
DC, right?
broccoli
I just seen, Bradley said, I just seen hell.
Yeah, I just seen him. I was bird watching me, bitch. I was fucking losing.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
It was raining. It was fucking cold.
And raining. And it was like,
fuck the
rain.
That day in Vegas, we seen some random ass dude perform at a small stage, right?
Yeah.
Rain, cold, and then, you know, say same thing, you fucking drunk high. And then you look over, his motherfucker performing on another stage, the same song. It's like, damn, is this real life? Am I fucking dying?
I feel like using the episode of Atlanta, bitch. Like,
The same songs?
Bro, it was wild. It was like, why is he performing on multiple stages, some random ass dudes?
yeah, bro. I every time I'm like having a moment like that, I always can remember the song or the person that's performing. In that moment, it was Rico Nasty.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was in hell.
Oh, yeah. You don't know that yellow?
You look at the distance, fucking wind blowing, raining. It's like, oh,
That shit was horrible. And I had my Yeezys on, right? And like water was getting in them shits and all that. I was like, oh,
Shit.
I hate myself right now
it wasn't a good experience.
at all. They in Vegas, it was a lot of Asian. I seen a lot of Asian people there.
That was the one in D.C., right?
Vegas.
No, Vegas.
Vegas.
There was a lot of Asian people. I was like, why is it so? Is there a lot of Asian people?
There was a lot of
I think so.
When I
Same with Cali.
Asian people, yeah.
Yeah, they so
lot
close
of
together.
Islam.
But there was also that one girl that sang that has,
Joyce Rice.
huh?
Oh, so Joyce Rice performed. It was
Yeah.
a bunch of Asian people right there.
No, dude, that's her.
It was deep. I was over there to hear Freddie Gibbs, bitch. His verse came on. They looking at me like, damn. Go to this shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But Dreamville Fest was cool. It was really good experience. Low key, Waka Flocka had a really amazing set. It was crazy. I didn't get a chance to like be up close to that. I was actually walking in during that set, right? Like walking into the entrance, and but you know the round of applause song.
Yeah.
It was like everybody's like there quiet, just kind of like waiting to get in, like moving slowly, and then round of applause. Everybody go clap, clap, like out of nowhere. Everybody just into, and it's like, wow, man.
Good to see he still got it.
Power with me.
Cool.
I definitely thought like when he started doing all that EDM shit,
Yeah.
like shit was gonna change.
Everybody reaching out to new fan bases and shit.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Drake and J. Cole. They didn't really perform none of this. They didn't perform together.
That pissed me off. I ain't gonna hold you.
It did piss me off, but I wasn't able to dwell on that because he brought out people I didn't expect. While I'm high, I'm like, oh shit, Lil Wayne's
Lil Wayne,
the Uzi,
21,
the Uzi shit fucked me up.
Uzi.
Uzi looked like a fucking like Power Ranger person that just walked out. He looked like fake. It looked like I'm telling you what it felt like. It felt like what babies see at their first like experience at the Brandon Chuck E. Cheese when they see them robots and shit moving.
What?
To us, we look like this shit look crazy. This shit look crazy to us, man. But to little kids, they're like, oh, I can see it, like it's a big ass fucking Chuck E. Cheese performing. That's how I felt when Uzi came. I'm like, oh shit, this fucking Uzi came out. He just, I'm like, oh my god. It's like, fuck.
I'm so rock.
Bro, I was like, damn. I was losing it, bro. I was losing.
Wow.
I felt like I was that serious. Well, look up YouTube of baby's first time trying cheese, and that's the expression. I was like, oh shit. It was cool, man. It was cool. Lil Wayne came out.
I'm telling you right now, I'm clipping that.
Lil Wayne came out. Lil Wayne came out, and it was just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? He brought out Glorilla, but the Glorilla shit was kind of like a snub because she was supposed to have her own set, and she never showed up.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, why he brought out Glorilla? She performed earlier.
Yeah, she never performed, and we was waiting because and their festivals. I don't know how many festivals y'all been to that got the multiple stages and shit, but that shit is really like
Confusing as fuck.
not even confused. You gotta choose
Who you want to go
this.
see?
That shit whack. If you go to somebody's stage and they end up not coming and you just standing there for a fucking hours waiting,
bro.
Yeah.
and then you don't realize
Oh,
that.
no, and nobody.
Nobody will come out. It ain't like a motherfucker come out and be like, hey, they ain't coming.
Yeah.
You always gonna stand there
All you gonna hear is
until
DJ playing music,
Yeah.
and you gonna see the graphics of the festival
Change.
playing back.
then you see the name change.
Buy merch.
It's like, oh shit. Like they need to grow a name go, they'll see fucking, I don't fucking know.
We had.
Yeah.
Uzi name come up, be like, oh, guess the motherfucker ain't performing. And that shit is not.
I was like, all right, I want to be close for. I gotta get close for the J. Cole and Drake shit. I have to get close. I'm not gonna be right on the gate where I could die or some shit like that. But I gotta get close.
Yeah. How close did you get?
If I'm here, I gotta be here for this moment. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might cry. I might be caught up in the moment. Who knows? But I gotta get close. And in order to do that, you gotta count. You gotta count. And you gotta sacrifice.
You got to get there early.
I miss Jid, but I'm like, I just saw this nigga a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I can deal with that. Even though I kinda wanted to be in that pit.
Atmosphere. Yeah.
And but I had to miss Burna Boy. And I wanted to see Burna Boy.
Oh yeah, he's
Burna Boy's on the
headlining nigga.
Yeah, he was on the other opposite side. And that shit is not like walking from one side of the parking lot. So that shit is like,
Them shits be bop.
Far.
Yeah. Like a 5-10 minute walk. Not 10 minutes. Like 5-minute walk. But it's like 5 minutes with a bunch of people. It's just like, it's far as a bitch.
you still gonna be far as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still gonna be far as a bitch. When you get to the other side to watch it, you're still far from that. If you're trying to get in close,
You got to be there early.
right. So in order to get up close as I could for Drake and J. Cole, they went on at like what, 10 something? I waited there around like 5-6 o'clock.
Damn.
Same spot. So I just watched whoever. So
I mean, it make total sense.
Summer Walker, I saw Summer Walker.
Okay.
She brought out Black. That was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
He performed a couple songs. And like, I guess when Glorilla, she was supposed to perform at the Glorilla didn't come out. So you just see her staff updating the set. Like, she had like some little like bougie ass tea furniture set. You know what I'm saying?
Plastic on the couch.
Yeah, like it was just like, that aesthetic. But yeah, you had to camp out. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too, because motherfuckers like, they do this shit where people sit down.
Mm-hmm.
They keep their spot. When it's like people standing around you, they sit down. And it's like, bitch, are you serious right now? I get it. Like, it's like etiquette and like certain like unsaid rules that motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And until you in that motherfucker, you like,
You don't understand them, and then when something happens, you be like, oh.
and you own motherfuckers. You own all the motherfuckers being that bitch funky bitch.
That's weird.
You can't go in there being a bitch. You want to see somebody, you have to push a motherfucker out of the way. I only say excuse me 1 or 2 times. You don't move, bitch, for it. You got to push your ass out of the way, sorry.
And then it's like,
Fall, bitch.
motherfuckers start trying to like make these small, quick little friendships and shit.
I noticed that at concerts all the time.
What's up, man? Then you be like,
All the niggas that be trying to make jokes to get people to leave, they be like, oh man, they say J. Cole ain't gonna show up. Might as well just go to the other stage. And I'm like, and they keep saying that. I'm like, bro,
That's
you
terrible.
there for like 3 hours here, and this motherfucker keeps saying that.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
It's like, imagine waiting in a line for a roller coaster or some shit, and it's just an annoying group behind you. Like, speed this shit up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was fun. It was worth it. The drugs were needed. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell, man, because all the shit you said does not sound appealing at all.
Yeah.
No.
Other than Uzi coming out and Weezy and 21.
Towards the end of the show. That's like normally how it is.
Usher's
Correct.
hey, that when Usher did that, when Usher said, the one and only, Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, you can feel the ground sound like, yeah, I felt like what Simba felt like. Yeah, man. It's like, oh shit, like this is Stampede. I was way in the back, bitch. I was like, you know what? I'm waiting in this long ass line for tacos that were horrible. I don't know why I wanted to eat tacos in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Because you was hot.
You supposed to find
It tastes like from tacos at a bowling alley they be selling.
Yeah, bro. It's just
Tortilla ain't even heated up.
it was like boiled. It was like boiled chicken.
Yeah. You might as well have like
Man,
barbecue
prison
or
tacos.
something.
And mind you, there's another tent right next to it that was doing like burgers and amazing chicken tenders. I'm like, damn, I should have been in that line.
Stupid.
I was in that line afterwards, but
Oh, I'll get to the fucking end of the line and be like, nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna do it.
is you hungry? And you like, shit, bitch.
Tacos though, you've done had food problems outside.
I ain't never had no food problems with tacos. I wasn't like I was gonna get in the line for chili.
It's too close.
But no, it was cool, man. It was cool. I think I'm only like one festival a year type person. I can't do multiple festivals.
You better than me, my boy.
I want to go to A3C.
See, I would say this: A3C is more like it is a festival, but
It's both. It's
more
like a conference and a festival.
So it's like it's spread out. It's not like you know what I'm saying. It's like if somebody did something crazy in Tampa, and it's just a bunch of different areas throughout Tampa. So you're like, oh, they finna do something at
Like Loud on 7.
nah. Damn it, that name. But nah, it's
I've seen like Crime Mob and Lil Flip at A3C.
yeah.
Just going to random shows.
Just kind of walking around and shit, right?
Well, Lil Flip gave me a shirt and Crime Mob performed. That shit is just random cool shit, and I like that because
Flip tall.
he taller than me.
What the shirt said, game over?
Cloverland.
He did not perform Game Over either.
Perform so young.
Yeah.
He was performing some new shit. He had like a new album.
So nobody knows what it was.
I can't tell you what Lil Flip look like. I feel like in my head, Lil Flip.
I feel like he looked like the dude from
The braids come down to the side, and he got platinum teeth.
Was the one antagonist basketball player for the Grizzlies?
Who? The Italian basketball player.
The antagonist.
Oh, the nigga that was dressing like Big this week.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I feel like Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, Lil Flip, Slim Thug, and Redman in my head all look like the same fucking.
Oh shit! Remember the Redman chip?
Oh my god.
That's how she could have been there, man.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
I ain't never cried so hard laughing in a long time. I know them people online like, nigga, shut up.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good sign.
Oh yeah.
Another story for another day.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's talk about complex hip hop media rankings and the funny commentary between two podcasters that has created. Complex dropped the list of the top 50 hip hop, or was it top 25? I don't know what number it was, but it was like the top hip hop media platforms of, I don't know if it was of the year or just period. But
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden was number one.
Yeah.
Joe Budden was number one, and I think Adam 22 was like number two, or No Jumper, or whatever. Which is that's that's
Nah. Academics was number 2.
number two. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Joe Budden number 2. I mean Joe Budden number 1.
Yeah.
Academics 2. Charlemagne 3. Gillian Wallow 4.
How many total?
25.
25.
Nori is 5. Kai Sanat. Oh no.
Oh.
So it was people wasn't podcasts. It was the
Kai Sanat 6. Carisha 7. That's crazy. Elliot Wilson number 8. Vlad number 9, and Hoffa's number 10. Y'all could look at the rest yourselves.
Look at all
Those
the
are
black
top 10.
people.
Joe was letting them ring though.
Oh yeah, Joe
let it ring. He talked about
the Bare Minimum Boys.
Rory and Maul. He talked about them.
Bare
He
minimum.
talked about, I think Taxstone let out a statement from jail talking about like,
He never liked Joe.
he was like, yeah, you sit there, you manipulate people, X, Y, and Z. People jump on the boat to get manipulated. So then Queen's Flip got pissed off and was like, yo, we ain't get manipulated over here. Tax, you my man and all, but that's fucked up. So I guess niggas is mad about the rankings.
Oh, I like the commentary between Rory and Maul.
Oh yeah,
That's where the B&B.
Bare Minimum boys. Bare and minimum.
I think it was pretty funny, but I think like I give Joe his respects. I think that what he stated was something that I think everybody should like,
take heed to. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he was giving game. He was giving a lot of game, dropping a lot of jewels. It's a rant. It's like a little short, like 10, 15-minute clip or whatever, where you just kind of get at kind of everybody. Rap Radar.
Yeah, and it's like he says, "Hey, I
or
work."
Breakfast Club.
One of the things I like he said is like, build yourself while building the company you work for.
Yeah.
And that could be applied anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I think about like I'm pretty sure we all, I work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I take certain things from my 9 to 5 as I'm working there and like establishing myself in that company.
Yeah.
I also build myself and take some of those qualities that I learned from that job and apply it to, my endeavors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I do the same thing. Like, I teach math, so what do? They already have projectors and all that shit there, so I just basically work out problems and posted them on YouTube.
yeah.
I already did the math work when I taught the JIT, so I have the problem right there. I just rework it out, post it, I got a video. So
Right.
using they shit to basically build myself up. So
That's cool as shit.
Jazz, how did you take from being a correctional officer?
I'm a correctional officer. That's what you think I do? That's what you think. I help people with health insurance. That's what I do.
Help me. My fucking deductible is $950.
for
I'm
real?
60 years old. I help.
You don't help fucking people. You help.
I
old
help
people. That shit-
old people.
Or you don't help the regular folks?
Nah, just the older people with like disabilities and shit.
Hey man, Claim that knee, my nigga.
I ain't old enough. She's old.
You gotta be like 60, 65.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, you AARP? And fucking with?
Something like that. Something like that.
You a correction officer.
Damn.
But with Rory and Mal, they reviewed the list on one of their episodes,
Oh, okay.
and it was pretty lighthearted or whatever, right? And then Joe responded,
Oh no.
and that's why I think the rent cost.
Question, I didn't listen to it. Did Rory and Mal feel like they should have been on that list?
No.
Oh, okay.
They didn't feel like they should have. They did feel like the list
Was
was
biased?
ridiculous. They felt like it was ridiculous, but they did feel like some people's spots deserve to be there. But it was still in lighthearted, like joking. You know what I'm saying? Like Mal was like, "Nah, I'm fucking with Carisha at 7."
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
cool.
But he's like laughing. You know what I mean? Then Joe responded, and then that's when Rory was like, "Look, and you could tell he was mad, but it's like, man." People were kind of like, you don't know if they're just like super Joe Budden.
You don't know if it's hate or if it's like a sub.
But they're like, yo, these niggas hurt. You know what I'm saying? All the time I only hear about Rory and Mal is when they talking about Joe Budden.
I
Or
agree.
Joe Budden talking about them.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I kind of agree. I do see that shit because I'm subscribed to it, so I do see it post up sometimes. But unless they're doing an interview, I don't really, like listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to watch their clips, but because I said I wasn't after Joe Budden did that shit. Like, I ain't about to watch Joe Budden. Clips be good though, man. So, I don't watch like a whole episode or anything.
Shit just don't pop up at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show.
I think the last thing I watched from Rory and Mal is when they interviewed Saha.
The interviews is cool. The interviews is cool. They did get flack for, because they'll do like promo, they do like a funny clip to promote an interview, and they had to do from P Valley, the
Little murder.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
and it was like they got back
Oh, I do remember that.
Or backlash.
because it was like
Like rolling a blunt.
it's poking fun. Like, yeah, he was smoking or some shit, and I think he kind of like was going to pass it to him, and they was kind of like looking like, you know what I mean? And then it was like, it was kind of like playing off the fat of his character
Being gay.
and all that stuff, and that's where I think I got backlash from on Twitter. Even the dude was like, "Yo, I told him to take it down." What that mean?
Oh, see, that's a different story. If he would have doubled down and been like, that shit was funny, but if,
Nah, but he was going like, he's like, I'm not trying to offend my fans.
Yeah, he ain't stupid.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that kind of like put a lot of, it's like people maybe fuck with him like, but we ain't forget that y'all motherfuckers is like, you know what I'm saying?
Any low hanging fruit joke that has to deal with like sexism or like homophobia, it's just on.
it's going, they
It's just an easy ass joke.
Yeah.
Don't smoke after the gay dude because he be giving blowjobs. Like, it ain't that funny. You know you're in trouble for it. Don't even try it.
Yeah.
But that's what they do to bare minimum. That's a bare minimum ass joke, in my opinion.
They made merch out of it,
There you have it.
and I think they spelled the word minimum wrong.
Wow.
And it's maybe I don't know.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, man.
And they did that. And I think Joe was like, yeah. I mean, I think somebody was like, yeah, bare minimum. So you're talking about you can't even fucking spell check. Feel like I sound like I don't like Rory and Mara right now.
Hey, man.
Damn.
It's one of those things where it's like I just got to give Joe his respects.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing his thing. I think the upgrades he's made to the podcast with adding Melissa Ford and having
And
a
Queen
female
Flip.
perspective now, where it used to be known as like the podcast where it's like that super like male
Male.
Twitter perspective.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so having that and then adding like other personalities on there, like the Queen's Flip dude and whatnot, is really like kind of transition the show to a place where it's growth and it still has its essence. And really the essence is just Joe Budden being Joe Budden.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, you know what I'm saying, is how it feels like he's the boss
Yeah.
in his office having a good time.
Don't he got like all this? The network is under him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get all that. It's just
But you could tell, like,
of the show,
Yeah.
and you just listen to it, it would just, you know what I'm saying, like certain things.
because they'll talk. Like, a topic will come up. Everybody will talk, and then it'll get quiet. And then he was like, they're like, Joe, you ain't gonna say nothing? He goes, no, I'm not gonna say anything about this situation. He goes, come on, you gotta say something. So, like, everybody's like waiting on him to speak or waiting on, like, which is, you want his view and his outlook, but sometimes he will do that whole kind of like sit back and be like, I wonder if they gonna ask me. That's my opinion.
Or to me, it's like the subtle comments of like, the mentions of him, like how he signs the checks.
Yeah, right.
Like that, you know what I'm saying? And it becomes just a part of their which is cool if it's with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they may not have a problem with it if that's, you know what I'm saying?
But outside looking in, they look away.
Yeah. And then I don't know, maybe I'm not comfortable reviewing that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
other than that, I think that their Joe Budden rants are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty entertaining. And I like how they cover some of the topics. So, you know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Complex Hip Hop Media Rankings, check it out. I also want to talk about another rankings conversation. It was it Complex or I can't remember who it was, but Rap Caviar has a podcast and they featured Jim Jones. Podcast included Bootleg Kev and Jinx, who formerly from Complex. I think formerly Complex or whatever. And they had Jim Jones as a guest. And they were talking about the top 50 greatest rappers of all time list that was presented by, who did that?
Was it Billboard? Yeah.
Billboard's top greatest rappers of all time list. And Jim Jones said Drake is the GOAT. He's number one. And they was like, I don't know, we can just do that. There's Hov over there. There's, some people. And he said, hey.
Yeah, great reasoning.
Everybody, no matter what language they speak, know Drake, sings Drake. He's killed it every year consistently. Hits, shattered all the numbers. And then they mentioned, but he kind of runs away. It brought up the convo, and it definitely affected my group chat. Of
That boy John was fire hot.
Rapper, Drake avoiding social issues in his music. And they posed a question like, does that matter when it comes to being the GOAT rapper? I mean, personally, my opinion, I don't think that it matters. I think it is great to do, but I don't think that it matters.
Has Weezy addressed any personal issues? Or cultural issues?
Remember that shit with Reverend?
I think he mentioned something with the whole Katrina shit.
Yeah, like on the Carter 3.
I think he mentioned.
Misunderstood. That's the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, some people say, yeah, that does matter. But I want to get y'all opinion. Does that matter to you guys? Like,
I don't think it really does, especially because he does like when you give that girl money, I feel like that's like supportive, but you don't have to really sing or rap about that you're doing that to be a GOAT. I don't think it needs to be covered. It's like rapping, I feel like you need to be tested on what you could do. Like, can you tell a story or can you make a hit? But talking about social issues is just kind of political to me.
Yeah, I'm a believe, because I don't feel that is required, right? And everything is all subjective, opinion based. So nothing's necessarily required. It's who you like most, right?
Yes.
But in that conversation, when I look at conversations like that, people who are put in positions on a mass scale to give these takes on these debates, I never see social issues or the content of what they speak of as like a talking point. You know what I'm saying? Like when people was debating who's the best out of Jay-Z and Nas, it wasn't like, but Nas rap about da-da-da-da. It was like, nah.
You can give a fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Who getting these bars off better?
Right.
Nigga or Nas?
Exactly.
Basically it.
But I will play devil's advocate here. One thing that was mentioned was like, when you look at the list of most of the names that are mentioned as some of the top rappers of all time, most of these guys talk about social issues in their music. It may not be a whole album. It may not be every album. But there is a nice amount of their music that talks about that. Whether it's mental health or in some form of mental health that's not, you know what I mean? Or if it's talking about political, government, or whatever, you know what I mean? There is a lot of that amongst that list of rappers. And Drake stands out from that because it's like he avoids it. Even though he has a line here and there.
I don't really think he avoids it. It's just not a part.
Yeah.
To me, it just has to line up. If that's what you're doing, if that's the space you in, that's what you're talking about. If it lines up, go ahead and put it in there. If not, don't.
Like it's a responsibility?
No, not even that. Like,
As a
J. Cole after 2014 J. Cole was on whatever he was on. Everybody is all the GOAT, the best, no features or whatever, right? And then he literally had people that was saying fuck J. Cole for no apparent reason at all. Went linked up with him as like, hey, what's this fuck J. Cole shit about? We were just talking shit or whatever. Then he starts looking into like, damn, niggas really be like, this has to be something. Niggas really be taking drugs and shit. Made an album that sounds like music now, but talked about all the drugs and the mental shit niggas be going through that can possibly bring about those kind of thoughts out of nowhere. It lined up with whatever he was on. You know what I'm saying? So if it lines up, do it. If it don't line up, then that's not what you want.
Yeah, I think that like I said, that topic is a very niche topic that, cause it's like I hate artists that use stuff like that as a clutch, like they gotta hold on to that just to make music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the woe is me rappers, like I don't listen to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my good brother John was like, you have to. Not necessarily you have. Well, yeah, you did say that, but it was more so. Drake is the biggest, most popular rapper in the world. I will like the most popular rapper in the world with the biggest audience and the most eyes and attention to spread light on issues that we dealing with, and that's valid. I fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he doesn't do that, okay, that's my issue, but I can see you having an issue with him because of that. But that shouldn't take away from the fact that he's
done what he's done.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His GOAT factor, you know what I mean? And that was just like the back and forth in that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just wanted to get other people's opinion and kind of just.
I mean, I know a lot of people think Drake is the GOAT now. It's just been a turn in kind of what rap has been like, just changing rapidly.
Right.
Since. So when it started, it was about the whole social issues and stuff like that, the injustices. They put all black people here, redline the community or whatever, this and that. And then like now everybody knows about it.
But see, that's why I disagree. I disagree with that because I think the conditions of the times was that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like I was saying, it has to line up.
But like, all right, so the conditions of the time in the 70s was like horrible in the Bronx,
Yeah.
New York, and all of that, right? Gang violence issues, all types of shit, right? What people in poverty was dealing with, which was a lot of the Black and Latino community. However, and just like a lot of areas that have that to this day, people throw community events to, do something positive for people can take their mind off of like
Hand out the turkeys.
Right? And just have fun. Pull out turntables. We're going to have a block party. We're going to have food pull up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do donations to this church or to this building. And they would have somebody MC the crowd. Like Fat Man Scoop, when he be hyping up the crowd, that's what niggas was doing when they first started rap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they wasn't like, the man is oppressing us. The man is the president.
Yeah.
They was trying to get the party hype. You feel what I'm saying? And then that turned into a challenge because you had crews that was like, we can
hype the party better than you can.
Yeah.
And then that became a battle, and niggas was and that transitioned to rap to where we know today.
And then
right?
we had self-destruction.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But they wasn't like, hey, oppression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't think it necessarily started. I think the conditions initiated rap that way. It comes from those conditions. You know what I'm saying? But the content of rap, which is part of the culture of hip hop, did not start that way. It comes from that, but niggas wasn't rapping about oppression.
Yeah.
And that's why I just, but I don't know. I think, let us know if y'all feel like motherfuckers should have to rap about social issues. I feel like, if you black and you're a rapper, you just talking about your life to me is good enough.
Yeah.
Expression. Express who you are in the best way possible. Right?
Yeah. I agree.
And I even pose a question too. I'm like, if talking about social issues, then therefore a white man or non-black person can't be the GOAT. Because who wants to hear Eminem talk about Black Lives Matter? You know what I'm saying?
You gonna talk about the trailer part though?
Yeah, 8 Mile.
Man, I don't want to hear Drake rap about Black Lives Matter. He ain't American. You know what I mean? So it's like he even grew up the same as like all the other.
That's one thing I wanted to say too, because he grew up with a white mother.
Yeah, he's Jewish. He got white.
That's the same thing with J. Cole.
But he grew up in North Carolina. He didn't grow up in Canada.
In the hood.
But it's still racism.
But it's not the same. Racism in Canada, racism in North Carolina,
Everybody,
not the same.
The actions may be different.
It was slaves there.
Southern
no slaves in
slavery.
fucking Canada.
I think we can all agree that black
Oh yeah, niggas ain't get. But
worse.
No, but it's not.
everybody says from around the world like they treat y'all bad.
No, I think America. I think America is probably the gutter.
Yeah,
But I think
You can't even vote.
niggas get like darker skin.
Shit, Drake can't even vote.
yeah, you can.
I don't even read about social issues that you can't do nothing about. That's just.
I don't think he can vote.
So he just turned.
No, I'm saying he's not an American citizen. He's.
I mean, you got
Canadian.
criminals that can't fucking vote. They American citizens.
Well, they're
Yeah, but they're criminals. That's why I can't vote.
But I'm saying, but you know, just cause,
No, I'm
saying not being able to vote doesn't mean you don't care or.
No, I'm saying I don't want to be talking about it. Like criminals can't vote because they criminals. Drake can't vote because he's not an American citizen.
But that's also a thing too, right? Because in that list of the GOATs, right, talking about social issues, of course you got Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Kanye, the list can go on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, then because it sounds like a merit type of thing that we're talking about. Oh, you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
You have to do.
But it's like, well, what about some of the contradicting things that these motherfuckers rap about? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to hold on to somebody's past, but the facts are the facts. Like Jay-Z was a drug dealer,
Yeah.
or at least rapped about drug dealing, right? And then, you know, but because he talked about social issues, he's straight. And it's just like, it just seems like a weird thing. You know what I mean?
Man, like what you like, man. Goddamn.
Like what you like.
Art is subjective.
It is.
Everybody gonna have a different way to gauge what they like.
Yeah.
That's that.
True. Also, Rap Caviar has also partnered with Hulu to do a docuseries, a hip hop docuseries, and it's actually really interesting, man. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to check out an episode.
I finished it.
You finished it?
Mhm.
Man,
I ain't watch.
that shit good. It's good. Right?
It was pretty cool. It is.
What's it
it's
called?
like Rap Caviar.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is. If you type of Rap Caviar, it'll pop up.
Pull up.
But each episode is like about the artist, but it's also about a social issue or an issue that they had to go through. Like Tyler being way different from most rappers.
Yeah.
Coily Ray body issues, you know, people going at her.
City Girls.
City Girls. I like the one with the City Girls.
So it's labeled it pussy rap. So they say it.
That's what
Yeah,
Trina
they-
dropped on Tiny Desk.
You can see that they are inspired by Trina.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it was pretty cool. I really did like it. I liked the guest people was on it. I really liked the one for Tyler. That shit was
The one with Tyler is probably the best one. Just because it's a more refreshing story that I feel like all the other ones we kind of heard.
Yeah.
Like their own separate like press releases for an album or something like that.
yeah.
But the Coily Ray one was actually sad to me because I didn't know she took like a break
From being
social media and all of that. Because I didn't know she took a break because I just thought, you know, I'm chilling, whatever. I didn't know she was like really impacted by that shit.
yeah.
It was like that and her dad, like at the same time. Like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. But the Tyler one was really refreshing because Tyler's always been known to do his own visual shit with his own docs for his albums and stuff.
Yeah.
But you all, and unless you actually follow his music, at least back then, because he hasn't done that.
Yeah, it's fucking cherry bomb.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So unless you followed it, you're not really in awe of that, right? So with this one, it was like, you watching it, it's like, man, this is amazing. This is like, I can imagine if I'm 18, 19 years old right now, it would probably feel the same way I felt when I saw Kanye shit back in the day doing a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, right? The thing is that like, you're watching this Tyler shit and you're realizing that like, all of this is going on during the time of like all of the Kendrick, all of the J. Cole, all the Travis Scott, all the Drake shit, even during the Kanye shit. It's like all of this is going on during this time. And it's just, to me, it just kind of goes to show that like how amazing of a run he's had in his career.
Yeah.
And it still was kind of like overshadowed amongst other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, that's why I tweeted, I was like, man, like it's really a gem to be able to see Tyler, the Creator, like career transcend from where he started.
Yeah.
So,
I watched Tyler, the Creator, when he was with Future. So it's real cool. I feel like I was growing up just watching him. It was pretty cool.
They mentioned like some of our future members and shit, and just kind of like show who was a part of it, and like how Tyler's always kind of been like the RZA of that shit, but like in his own way. Like he was the main music guy. His friends who wasn't into music, but like Jasper who was in fucking
fashion and shit.
No, I think Jasper was doing like fucking like funny. What's the
Lorder Squad?
Like Lorder Squad shit.
Oh,
he was in just a recent movie. What's the white dudes that be always like Jackass. He was in the latest Jackass.
Oh yeah, he was.
Tacos and Dave.
He's DJing, acting.
But that shit came back too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Dave came back?
Yeah, Dave came.
Season 3 started.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I definitely encourage you guys to check out Rap Caviar. You know me, I'm a huge hip hop doc person. Anything hip hop on film is like my shit.
So you watched the Jay Dilla doc?
Yes, I didn't finish it. I did not finish it only because I've been.
Is it just one long thing?
No. It's another doc series.
It's another doc series?
It's a part of a doc series.
No, because I watched.
Well,
I thought I watched the whole thing.
So it's crazy because I was searching for it. That's why I didn't watch it.
It's like how they did Kanye shit.
What's
like
when they had 3 separate episodes.
No. It's not just it's not focused on Jay Dilla. The whole series. It's like some company. I want to say. It's like Showtime presents, and it's a bunch of different episodes.
Same people that's doing the Dear Mama shit for Tupac?
Maybe. No. Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. But it's like a bunch of different episodes, and one of those episodes is just like Jay Dilla. But another episode has nothing to do with like a person in rap. It could be like something else.
I think the Time is presenting it.
Right? Oh, is it Time Magazine presents or something like that?
I think it's.
But yeah, it's like a Time Magazine presents, and it's like a docu-series, and one of the episodes is like, each episode's like an hour,
Yeah.
and one of those episodes is like Jay Dilla. The legacy of Jay Dilla.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and it's hard to find because you can't type in Jay Dilla on Hulu and it pops up.
I definitely tried that this morning. It was
you had to type in like Time Magazine presents, and then find the series, and then find the episode.
I had to Google that shit. It was like, what's
That
the
shit.
title?
I was like, what the fuck?
I seen Ninth Wonder tweeted that Hulu needed to fix that because it's hard to find.
Yeah, so it's definitely some bullshit. I don't mind it, but it is worth it. I'm only like maybe about 30 minutes in, but I encourage people to check that out. Rap Caviar, like I said, their docuseries is amazing. Really good. That's something I kind of want to get into later in my career. I want to really get into like
documentary shit.
Yeah,
I can see them doing more episodes too.
for sure.
Because the last
That's just
episode
like never
was
ending.
an artist.
Yeah, it's just because it's always you can either document something that's current, or you can always go back to something that wasn't really recognized and do
And
that.
speak on it from your perspective.
Yeah, so that's something I'm really into. What else we got? Let's switch it up a bit.
Russ.
Russ,
We're straight to Russ.
go straight into Russ. Russ did a challenge for a song called Nasty. Did an open verse challenge. And, of course, song's nasty. He's like, saying like freaky shit to a woman. And did an open verse. And he responded after reviewing a lot of the open verse challenges and was like, you guys this shit don't sound good to women. Like, wow, you niggas is rapping like you rapping to your homeboys about how you about to smash this girl. Like, you should be rapping to the women. And this is the problem with your songwriter. Because he always said, like, it's not that you're not being watched like that, or you don't have the money. The problem is that you guys aren't great songwriters. And then he alluded, then he went into the nasty shit. It was like, you guys talking like beating the pussy up. No woman wants, you don't talk to women like that. It sounds like you're talking to a guy. And I don't know, and then that led into, of course, Twitter did this thing. And took that into like the conversation of like homoerotic culture in rap.
Took what he said, and basically was like, these niggas gay.
Homies over hoes.
Niggas bumping just in the VIP.
It's over hoes.
And the nigga rather like, oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, it was interesting, man, because it's like that is the thing. And you listen to music nowadays, and like you kind of do hear that. You know what I mean? What's your perspective?
What's your perspective? It's true. That's all I gotta say is that it's true. We don't really have.
When you heard that, you was like, this nigga sound gay on this song.
You gotta say the rapper.
I don't.
I guess if you say the song, that's like saying the rapper, but
Yeah. You know what?
I can't think of a song right now.
You listened to a rap song before and be like, damn, this nigga sound kind of gay on this.
That's a tough. I didn't do this a question.
Really think of it. Like, yeah, I can't think of nothing right now.
Like when Drake was like, "Girl, you a lesbian, me too." Like that shit, they were like, "Oh, I don't know."
You know what? When he did do his album with 21 Savage and Drake, it was a lot of little lines. I was like, what's the song? Broke Boy.
I don't fuck with broke boy.
I was like, okay, Drake.
This one's for the women, huh? This one's for the lady.
Yeah, that one was for the ladies.
I seen a woman on Twitter say something like, "Yeah, girl, it be telling like when niggas, mind you, be careful of the niggas that be like, I don't even want the pussy, I just want the head." Like, are you saying that's gay? But I mean, hey, like I don't, you know, I've
Either
never
that,
rapped that
Gucci
before, but it's funny if you think about it. 'Cause
It's funny if you think about it.
if a rapper was gay and he wasn't trying to be like out, but he, you know, and he's like, I don't even want pussy, I just want the head. That is a cool way to cover that up.
No, I be getting necked up by all these women's, man. What you talking about?
You know,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I don't even want the pussy, I just want the head. It's a cool way to cover up that you're not into vagina.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was funny.
I could hear that being said in like a song.
And I'm sure we've heard this before,
Yeah, now that I think about it.
right? And that's how you
When I've heard it before, and the nigga was like, her coochie stank. That's why I just wanted the head. And I was
You
like,
only usually go to like, they allude to like, oh, she on her period. I just want head type thing.
It's always the period, or you stink,
yeah, like
never really-
thinking of a nigga gay. Like when I heard that, I was like,
or she ugly.
So I don't know. That's just
Are we in a time where we are
Let's
let's get it out of me.
yeah, get your shit off.
Get shit off.
Get your shit off. She got her
about to
friend.
laugh.
I'm saying, are we
No disrespect.
are we in a time where homosexuality can be accepted from not as non-flamboyant gay men?
I mean, Lil Nas X doing whatever.
But he's more like flamboyant, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like it's like
So you want like a homo thug?
You want like a little murder?
well, let's get out of the I want. Let's get out of that phrasing.
Oh, that's my bad.
I'm just saying, like, you know, it's kind of like stereotypes with looks when it comes to rap, right? If you are rapping on some street shit, there's a look for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you rapping on some like, you know, I guess like regular boom bap shit, there's a look for that. If you are, there's a lot of like homosexual rappers or whatever, right?
I'll say this.
But they're like on the flamboyant side that also do like the pussy raps, but they like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but there are clearly people who are gay that are not like Lil Nas X. That probably
Like Frank Ocean?
they probably wear the same clothes you wear, but they.
Yeah. The amount of weird,
Oh, we don't have that in rap.
the amount of shit that I've seen on Twitter, I was like, oh, niggas just be clapping up and then they like kiss each other on the cheek, or they be dapping up like this. Well, what the? Yeah. I done seen a nigga like, what's up, nigga, what's up? And then be like, and I'm like, why you got to interlock the thing?
Well, I'm saying, are we in that space for that though? Are we in space for that? Because
Definitely. I think
I seen comments. Somebody was like, no. What's the one white girl that was like 13? The one white girl that started rapping. Come outside.
Bad baby.
Oh,
Bad
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
She does I think she was on a podcast.
That was what Vicky. You think about talking about Lil Nas X?
Yeah.
That's what Vicky.
Yeah. So she mentioned like,
Little Nas X ain't gay.
he ain't gay for real. He just doing it. They telling him to do that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's weird as fuck for you to say that. Like,
Yeah.
I have friends that wouldn't. You know how many people in high school that we all know is gay that just not gay?
Yeah.
I'm fucking 14 years old. What I look like being around, hey, I'm gay. That's not. You know what I mean? That ain't really how people was in high school. You know what I mean? I'm still coming into myself. So,
pause.
for me to be like 20, that's funny.
There we go. Some much shit.
But for him to be like, I don't know how old, 21. You know what I mean? He'll be like, the pictures I see from him back in the day on Instagram, well, he clearly looks like a gay man. And he was like over the fucking Nicki Minaj fan page, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one motherfucker gonna be like, I'm gay don't mean they ain't gay. They mind your fucking business.
I don't know. It's a very
That
taboo
part.
subject in hip hop because hip hop is, you know, which I've also seen the topics of like hip hop being like heavy in like alt-right or conservative like mindsets or traditions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like comes from is very drenched in like a capitalistic like culture.
I wouldn't say conservative or capitalistic, but you got to think of the pillars of
Why wouldn't you say that?
because the pillars of hip hop, a lot of the pillars of hip hop are Jamaican and island people,
Right.
and they don't fuck with that shit at all.
But they're not the ones that's touted and celebrated at the highest right now.
I feel you, but
So-
when you talking about the foundation,
Right.
usually whatever starts at the foundation continues to come up as it starts to grow. So if the foundation of people have that mindset, you kind of gonna come up through as almost like your parents. Their parents don't fuck with white people. Like you might be cool with white people, but in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, I probably shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. It's like almost like innate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I wouldn't say conservative or anything, but I think because since it started with people from Jamaica and all the islands, West Indians, and they really, really, really don't fuck with that shit, it just kind of innate for people in rap to be like that.
But I have to give credit to my boy Pat Hughes, Blind Spots podcast. Check that out on YouTube and everywhere else. We was in the chat and he mentioned like, you know, anytime that something is expanding to reach a new audience, it has to maybe sacrifice certain things that was feeding into the core, right? So if I take what you're saying, like, all right, that thing is what is for the core of where it originated, and then as rap is broadening its audience for further reach, for financial gain, or to, you know, explore certain areas to where it can lift all boats, it's going to have to sacrifice certain values to reach certain audiences that do not connect with that. And I think what has happened in hip hop is that move has catapulted the very opposite of its core values, and where capitalism is like a cool thing because it's like money over bitches, or get money, get a check. You know what I'm saying? Being like, I honestly feel like that is what catapults some of our conversations about going back to like the greatest of all time. Jay-Z being touted as one of the best rappers because they use his business acumen, right? And how it impacted the culture of hip hop, right? How it advanced that. Dr. Dre touted first billionaire rap. You know what I'm saying? Diddy being another billionaire rap, or the flex raps. Flex rap is typically flexing like wealth and what I got access and all of that. So it's like I get that. You know what I mean? And I think that like along with some of those like conservative like values comes the opposing of like women, or how we value women, and also sexuality as well. And you can kind of, once you start seeing that, you start seeing how like the shit is ping ponging to some of the shit in hip hop. It's like, oh shit, I see that, right? And that's where, you know, circling back around the rest, talking about the nasty open verse challenge. It's like, you niggas is not rapping like you trying to please
Get a woman.
Like, no, women will tell you that shit hurts. Like, shit, I gotta beat that shit.
Hurts.
That's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a woman, so I can't necessarily speak for it. But I've heard that they nigga know. Like, what are you doing? Slow down, baby. It ain't going nowhere. This pussy ain't going nowhere. Calm down. You know what I'm saying?
It is after that session. That shit is gone. I ain't never coming back over here.
Wait, pick a band. Yeah, man. Let's talk about Tiny Desk. NPR Tiny Desk. Trina.
Yes. The baddest bitch.
Yeah, the baddest. Was on there. Did the whole thing with the band and everything. Some mixed reviews. Because, of course, we all in Florida. So we have a different, whether we want to believe it or not, we have a different look at certain things than people outside of Florida that I don't think we've realized. Because we look.
Well, what's the mixed review before you?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
So they're like, what is this like? NPR Tiny, you know, the NPR Tiny Desk for musicians, and it's supposed to be of like people who actually got like great music and shit like that. And it's like, hold on, not too much on sis. What you talking about?
Yeah. What's going on?
Like all the women, I guess I follow a lot of people who are kind of adjacent to who lived in Florida or used to live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
All the people I saw was like, who I follow was like celebrating. Like, okay, sis, like that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah,
Pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
I guess other people outside was like, I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing.
I can see why.
Well, I get.
I can see why, but I've been listening, like you said, I'm from Florida, so I've been listening to that type of music for ages. I remember when the Baddest Bitch track came out, Nan Nigga.
I think that's great music. Fuck that. Like, it don't just got to be for fucking
Yeah, that shit's good.
Robson.
That shit on the vibe. Even the Here We Go track with Kelly Rowland, I forgot all about that shit.
I
And I'm
did
like, oh
too.
yeah, that shit was a big.
Yeah, like
They killed Nan Nigga. I liked how they played it.
yeah.
It's funny. It's funny when you start to see like, you know, artists get older. Cause she was talking about, I do this, I'm a hoe, I'm a bitch, slut, X, Y, and Z. You could tell like she was like censoring herself because it's like, don't nobody want to be talking about themselves like that.
I don't know if it's also that. Maybe it was just the platform itself.
I mean, she let some of them fly, but some of them like she was about to say it, and she was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to see that kind of growth, but it's also funny to see like, hey, you was wild.
She didn't want to look like Monique on stand up.
Oh Lord. Nothing, man.
I did more hot eyes now than I did when I watched that.
Yeah, that shit was bad.
It was.
We'll get to.
Yeah. But Juvenile was on Twitter, and people saying that he kind of duped us to get a booking, but he was like, "What is a tiny desk?
And
I'm not doing no tiny desk. No, like."
Yeah, I seen that shit.
And he ended up doing a challenge with 10,000 retweets, and they like, "All right, I'll do it."
That's funny. He did the same shit Cam Newton did. Like, I play for these teams right here. This is
I'm willing to be a backup for these five. You know, I'm just like, what? That's not how it go, bitch. But yeah, you know, I think Juvenile on Tiny Desk would be really dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool. People asking for Missy Elliott.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, one of the main directors was like begging her on Twitter, like, Queen.
damn, for real.
Yeah.
Need to get Busta ass on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But only thing I do is rap that fucking little Chris Brown verse.
I mean, that'd be
Hey,
one.
gotta get into that.
He rapped that shit like that's his best. But like, we don't care, but it's cool. But
Motherfuckers just want to see it because I think it's fake.
I don't want to see it. He got cooler songs in it. Way cooler songs.
But motherfuckers want to see like, damn. Like, you got to think nobody really raps fast anymore. So when he came and did that shit on Chris Brown song, people like, damn, motherfuckers rapping right there. Like, Twista.
What's the song?
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The song you got with Janet, I don't remember the name of it.
Was it, what's it gonna be?
Yeah, I want to hear that on Tiny Desk. That'd be fire.
That's cool.
He got so many songs.
Give me some more.
Give me
Yeah.
Pastor Gavassi, all that shit would be cool,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hear, look at me now. It's,
So,
No, I don't.
I feel like he does that because
he think it's cool.
I think like he's already 20 years into his career.
he about to run out of breath.
He like 50 years old. He think it's cool. I'm saying rap fast. Watch this.
But he did that song 20 years into his career, so it probably was like reaching a different, you know.
Yeah, but the Jits, like, when Jits see that shit, like, damn, that nigga rapping fast. Don't nobody rap fast. You gotta think of a 12-year-old Jit that seen that shit like.
Ain't no 12-year-old. No 12-year-old care about Busta Rhymes rapping. Look at me now.
You gotta think, there's like, not just blacks that listen to rap.
No, they wasn't born. It's just 13 years old. So he's doing it for us. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't care. You got cooler songs. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
So I feel like the people he's doing it for know he has better songs that you can do.
Okay, you know the Coco Jones chick that's on Bel Air? She went to who she thought was Busta Rhymes. Like, I know your verse. I could spit it. Like, you know, look at me now.
She went to somebody she thought was supposed to.
Yeah, it was E40.
stop.
That's funny.
Yeah, she went and spit the whole "Look at Me Now" verse, and obviously it wasn't Busta. It was when you go, oh, that's what's up. And then, but she is a young.
That's embarrassing.
She's a young.
That shit just corny. That shit ain't cool. Right?
That's embarrassing.
But I'm just saying, like, people really think that shit fire. Like, somebody who's actually in the industry.
They don't know what cool is.
What's somebody come to you and say, "Hey, bro, whole time I know your testify person. Just rap testify person."
Well, no, imagine somebody do that, but you have much more music that's better than that. Like, I feel like if he do that verse, he like disregards the whole 20 years he put in the rap game before that.
Nah.
That's like the cherry on top. Ooh, I
Because-
still got it.
Nah, he did. When I went to see the whole Wu-Tang and Nas shit, he came out because Busta was part. He did all like the fire shit before, and then the shit was quiet because you know he be controlling the crowd. Shit was quiet, and then he was just sitting there breathing, and then he just starts spitting the verse. Do the way, and the crowd was like, fucking through. And I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah. And then he stopped, and then the crowd was screaming, oh, keep going. So then the beat came in, and then he did the whole thing. Like motherfuckers really loved it. I know what you're saying,
but he just rapped on something else on what was it? A bunch of old rappers came out on. They did like a couple verses.
Oh, I think that was the was it the Grammys? Was it the Grammys?
That was the
Might have been the Grammys.
The Grammys trip.
Oh yeah, because it was the 50th.
You think "Look at Me Now" is a song that he should do from his catalog?
No.
As a tribute to hip hop.
No, I need your scenario.
He didn't Pastor Cavassier. He got much better.
Pastor Cavassier, bitch. That's
Oh yeah, I can do that. I mean, I was thinking about the dances. But it's so much better music. I mean, but if you want to do it, then go ahead, bitch.
All right,
Chris Brown performed that fucking song.
Chris Brown need to do a Tiny Desk.
1,000 songs. He can't.
You know who else do? Busta fucking Rhymes.
Well, as far as Juvenile,
moral of the story, Tyree don't like that.
what's the one song that you would love to see Juvenile perform? What a bait Tiny Desk.
Slow motion.
Slow motion? Okay.
That'd be a bad one.
What'd you say?
I said hi.
You want to see him?
Dun, dun, dun,
That's funny.
dun, dun, dun.
Rich
That
niggas.
shit would be hard.
I think I want to see him do back that ass up.
Yeah. That's
I mean, he is gonna do that.
That's like
I don't have to ask for it because he's gonna.
I would like to see Rodeo, actually. I think Rodeo would be a good one.
Yeah,
Rodeo would be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be
set it off with be fire too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, hell, we'll see.
One of my favorite Juvenile songs is "I'm the Man" from.
Want to see everybody. I'm the man.
What the fuck? Nah, but it's the Man from the G-Code album. It's just got one of the most fire Manny Fresh beats on that beat.
I like the he got a song called Gorillas, I think.
Yeah.
I like that song by Juvenile. I can't remember how I fucking go though, but I know I like it.
Magnolia was fire too. Well, welcome to the section that's hot in the bitch. Oh man.
But Tiny Desk concerts is like, it'd be a vibe, man. It'd be a vibe. Definitely when you really like an artist.
I like that they're back behind the desk. Besides,
Yeah, it's just
I ain't gonna front. Currency shit was fire. And they had the lowriders. They was smoking mad weed. They had the lowriders all tilted up.
he did his shit during like the COVID.
yeah, that was like
It
the.
was last year's 420.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. I really like the Ushers. Usher shit was like amazing.
Yeah. I think Usher like the one that brought it back behind the desk. Like when I saw him, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Watch this. That shit is epic.
Yeah. What else we got on here? I want to talk about the Blog Era podcast. It's a podcast that's being a new platform through Pharrell's platform, Other Tone, and It's the Real, which is another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been they created an account on Twitter, and they've been posting a bunch of like pictures, posting a lot of pictures from artists of the, the Blog Era, posing questions like, what was your favorite, what was the best mixtape, or was, mixtape that was like that should have got more recognition or whatever. And it's been creating a lot of different like conversations about that.
Well, before you get into that, like for those listening, if you don't know Blog Era rappers, Cole, Big Sean,
Top niggas of the day, basically.
Yeah.
Wale, like everybody from around like 2008 to 2012, around there.
Now they did say some people mentioned the Blog Era officially started 05. 2000.
Also put Big Crit in there.
But it's kind of like me. I wasn't really on to like the Blog Era rappers until like 2000. I would say 2009.
Yeah.
2009.
I think that's when I got the warm up.
Yeah, I think the first artist I actually was listening to of like that Blog Era was probably Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi and or Wale.
Mine was Wale.
Yeah, Kid Cudi or Wale. Good times, man.
Yeah, I like that time period. It's very.
That's because you had to find the shit.
Yeah.
You had to find it. You could find it, but you just had to go looking. There was like Friday nights I would come home and just be like, what's out there? Fucking go searching and find. That's how I found Mick Jenkins.
I like to know how the blogs kind of like helped you find it.
Yeah.
Just could have went on certain like torrent sites and just like whatever. But I liked the aspect of the blogs that kind of premiered these artists to you, because sometimes they didn't just always just post the cover art and then like 3 sentences about the project. Sometimes they would just post pictures of this person, and now you're starting to get. It's like the way they're being introduced to you. It was kind of like, you know, they were just served on the platter on whatever platform. And I honestly think that we were falling in love more with the platforms than the artists. Yes, we love the music of these artists.
Because the platform started to see what niggas was gravitating towards. You could see how many replies or how many clicks certain things had. So they're like, we're going to put more niggas like this.
Right.
That's how we got like Rocky Fresh, even though he wasn't like all that. Like,
and the internet was advancing too, because I mean, YouTube had just started around like 05, 06.
yeah.
So you have people that are now able to upload their own music videos that don't have to go through just 106 a Party at the time or MTV or whatever. So with the internet advancing and us having access to these things, and also the beginning of like social media with MySpace and Facebook and shit like that, it just kind of created a sense of discovery along with the internet. Now I feel like the sense of discovery seems overwhelming now. Because we have so much access to the internet. Like they said, 38 million songs that had no plays.
Yeah.
Damn.
When you think about it, it probably was like that before.
Yeah, and we
just wasn't overwhelmed of the access to that information. You know what I'm saying? The internet was still evolving and shit like that. You know, so I think that it's interesting to kind of just go back and kind of see like where things have evolved, where artists have evolved from. Just cover art, music in itself, period. You see a lot of different like experimentation with certain sounds and styles. Now it's like everyone's like focusing on the money aspect of music. So by doing that, they having to play the game of make smaller songs or make a lot of songs, smaller songs that can be played over and over again till the algorithm can play into it, and now you get this amount of listeners and stuff like that. It's like people are playing the numbers game, and it's like everyone's doing the same thing. Like right now, every stereotype of like hip hop does the same shit. Every like quote unquote boom bap or like cool introspective rapper uploads a video with yellow subtitles. Every fucking last one of them.
Yellow.
Every last one of them, bro. And I get it because it works.
Yeah.
Like, these things work, but they are very
They work because when I be at work, I can't fucking listen to shit. So I just be reading. I be like, oh shit.
But it's like the same. It's literally yellow subtitles. If I see
Or the white subtitle, but one of the words be like yellow or red.
it's the same shit. Trap rappers do the same shit. Or you got the niggas that in the front seat rapping in the car videos.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of the same shit, and you start to feel, and that's why I feel like we're going back to a place where it's like I'm just sticking to the shit I like, and if it's some new shit that I might like, you're gonna have to do a real good job of pulling me away from something that I like, because I'm going to invest my time into this.
Have you noticed Spotify got Smart Shuffle?
Yeah.
I tried to use it to get into different music, and it's not it. It's
the way though, I'm telling you, the way that the internet is moving in form of just of social media, everything is becoming social media now.
Yeah.
Like music apps was just music apps, right? And then you go somewhere else for your social media and engage with other people. Now all these companies are like, well, bitch, I can do what you do now. You know what I'm saying? So the streaming services are being more like social media apps, where Spotify's going to have a swipe feature.
Yeah, I see they got like a story type thing going on there.
They tried to hit me with a DJ the other day. I tried to log on. Oh, we got a DJ for you. I was like, the fuck?
I'm wrong.
No. Fucking, I know what I want in here, goddamn.
But that's the thing though. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's kind of refreshing to kind of see now what we're 10 years later past the blog era, and it's like, damn, you know, me, I'm like, it's aging me. Like I'm old, but it's like it's real interesting to kind of like go back and view that, because shortly after that, the next era is SoundCloud era. That's gonna be a horrible time for me.
Why you say that?
I did not like a lot of SoundCloud era music.
Oh yeah,
I did not
me
like
neither.
it. I like that some of the blog era cats transitioned and was able to utilize the SoundCloud.
But at that time, a lot of the blog era cats had like deals or majors kind of backing them, so they didn't have to be in that era. But
I think that's how I found Isaiah Rashad on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And SZA.
But I was following the TDE brand by that time. So because of seeing Kendrick, Absol, and J-Rock constantly on these blogs, that I'm invested now. So then now when they rolling out these new artists, whatever mediums they was using, I just went there to check it out.
I didn't even know SZA was there. I caught SZA by the Child's Play song because Chance the Rapper was on it.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, Chance the Rapper?
And I was like, who's this girl on the cipher? Because she was like in the background of their cipher, and I was like, she ain't saying nothing this whole time.
I think Blogs was posting like a promo vid of her song Teen Spirit or something like that. And that's when I saw that, like TDE introduces SZA or whatever. Like, oh, this is pretty cool. But yeah, I encourage people to check it out. Also, any blog era fans, share some of your favorite mixtapes or whatnot, because I definitely wanna like look into that more. You know what I'm saying?
I see they starting to put mixtapes on streaming services too.
Yeah, and it's the thing too, because now a lot of publishers or people who sample clearance companies are working out new deals.
That's a flat record.
Are working out deals with these artists now or publishing companies to allow that money. Like, all right, we'll clear it, but we need to get percentage of this. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that is
what's the name? Ain't Jermaine trying to get his shit cleared? Friday Night Lights and warm up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would be so.
Well,
happy.
this apparently they said something about it, but you say he hollering at Kanye, which is funny. The first thing you said, like, I'm hollering at Kanye to see if I can get those samples cleared. The first thing I thought about was false prophet. So I'm like, that's gonna work.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, bitch. But yeah, I think like Frank Ocean, he's
Nostalgia Ultra.
bringing that mixtape to.
I mean, that definitely should be like that. Should.
I think that's the thing too. I think as an artist, I think if you're able to have a piece of each era, I think that helps like towards your legacy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was able to have a moment during the blog era, right? And during the SoundCloud era, and then now during the streaming era. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you're able to kind of like have something that is special to your audience, I think that kind of helps to your legacy a bit. So, but it's cool. Like I said, the blog era shit is cool. I want to talk about what the tweets is talking.
No. Let's talk about how Young Boy is over Cole on top 50.
You take it away, because I just feel like that's fucking ridiculous. Jim Jones said that shit, and I just like, shut up. So you take it away, my friend.
I mean, I can see why.
No,
I can see why. Because it looks like Jim Jones is driven by numbers. He's not really driven by, because when he talked about Drake, he was talking about, oh, he smashed all the records. He has a hit every year. He's not talking about like the feel or the love for it. He's just talking about the numbers. And apparently Young Boy's numbers is off the charts and nobody gives him any recognition. Now, do I think he should have put him over J. Cole? Definitely not. But he should have gave him his flowers as far as like, this nigga's getting streamed almost more than everybody.
not buying it. But he not fuck with Jim Jones.
He also put out a lot more music though.
Yeah, he do.
He puts out a shit ton of
lot
music.
of fucking music.
It's like a
As long as the nigga in the Walmart was sagging his pants listening to his music on his phone. That's the main Young Boy listeners out here.
YouTube videos.
The New Orleans niggas always put out a lot of fucking music. Master P put out a lot of fucking music.
Currency put out.
That's they pay.
Weezy put out.
They all do that. And that's known. Like Master P was selling hundreds of thousands of mixtapes out the truck. That's how he was able to get his deal. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? You put out a lot of music. And you got some great music. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you're not.
No, Young Boy is not over Cole. Like, definitely.
Jim Jones. There's some of these dipset niggas that's starting to get into like creating a ruckus ever since they did that verse and stop. Ever since that fucking verse, like fall,
But they got their head on that stage.
like, you know what I mean? Cam is now doing the sports talk shit.
That shit is weird.
I enjoy it.
No, like, it came out of nowhere and it's with like, the clips is funny, but the one where he was talking and he goes, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm watching porn. I was like,
I need a triple shit on Pat Bev. Like, no.
What about Mace's hairline in the eye? I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh my God.
Tweets is talking. So, you know, Rolling Loud it just dropped the lineup or whatever, right? And I believe it was a Playboy Cardi is headlining.
Travis.
It was somebody else.
Is it Future?
Was it Future? However, they dropped the lineup, and then I seen a lot of commentary of people saying like, "Hey, like, this shit a monthly event? Like, what's going on? Like, they just did a whole did they not just do a festival like a month ago, and I'm starting to see that more and more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, Playboy, Travis, Future with special guest Lil Wayne.
and it's like, but these motherfuckers probably all have headlined at least 3 to 4, 5 times already.
On Roland, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
In New
that was
York.
in March.
See, look at that. So that was it.
Bums that they have, and I don't know. I don't.
Wait, they just had Rolling Loud in March?
Yeah, they did. They have a lot of March. They doing the one that
In
just
Cali.
that's the Miami. So it's like that people are like, no, it's a traveling event.
Because they do New York, Miami.
Boy,
They
yeah.
worldwide now. They go.
April 13th through the 15th, Cardi B, Chris Brown, and Travis Scott.
I think they just did one in Thailand. I think,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember seeing that.
and it's like
That's the Thailand lineup.
I give credit to Rolling Loud for
Thailand.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up,
I
man.
give credit to Rolling
Shouts
Loud
out to them.
doing something different and transcending like the festival, definitely in the hip hop space. But you know, the commentary is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, now that they're expanding in the international space, people in the U.S. is like, yo, this shit is like the thing about I felt like that hype festival was like it was something that comes around once a year, and you make the headliners usually not you miss it, you miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like Frank Ocean is not going to be headlining every other year at Coachella.
Like Beyonce.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you miss it, and it's a moment, and it's going to be something that you can talk about forever. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
my bad. This is the official one for the next one coming up. This is in Portugal. Is Travis, Playboy, and Meek Mill.
And that's why I feel like I said, the commentary is
I guess I kind of proved the point because I said Travis and Playboy Cardi like several
that's what I'm
times.
saying. So they, you know, people saying the lineups don't change. It's the same lineups all the time. You can just fill in the rest. And I
They
don't.
stay taking it to different places, Thailand and Portugal. I don't think they get to see these niggas all the time.
And that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to ignore that commentary. And I wonder if they pay attention to that. I wonder if they've seen that.
Tickets selling. I don't think they care.
I'm saying
That's the version.
Because if artists, Travis Scott hasn't dropped an album in what 5 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. So it's like they don't give a fuck.
No.
Right.
If you continue to put Travis Scott as a headliner, knowing he ain't dropping no new music,
Right.
you clearly don't fucking care. You know what I mean?
And they're doing something. And like I said, they're doing something that's different than what festivals have done before. You know what I'm saying? Coachella is done in a particular place.
Yeah.
All these other festivals are done in particular places. Rolling Loud is like,
They move it.
you know what I'm saying? So they're doing something different, and I give them credit for that. And definitely, you know, we know people that work for them and all of that. So you know, definitely commend them. But it's just like, I wonder if that commentary on Twitter does it cross their tongue.
I don't think so. Like Tyree said, if they selling tickets and the ticket sales, if you're not seeing a dip in ticket sales, why are we gonna change it? Because a couple of people.
No. I probably will not.
I should have been to the first one in Miami. I should have went. Tickets was like $200 for the whole weekend. That's how cheap that shit was back then. I should have went. I was like, damn, I know everybody on the lineup.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta be out there all day. And then I didn't buy it.
I never been.
I went to the one with XXXTentacion like 2015.
That shit was
It
hard.
was cool. It was cool. Honestly, I feel like unless you a legacy act, you shouldn't headline a tour if you didn't drop a new album. Like you shouldn't do that shit 2 or 3 times in the United States if you ain't dropped the fucking Travis Scott headlining tours. It's like, well, don't see you hearing these fucking songs, but it's just like, ah, damn, bitch.
Right? Yeah.
So look, money grab to me. It is what it is. I do the shit too, bitch.
I gotta go to a Rolling Loud once just to be like I went.
What city?
I guess Miami. That's probably be the most cost efficient one for me.
No. I didn't know if he was trying to go for like the city experience.
Rolling Loud Germany.
Because, you know, New York, they try to get drill rappers. And then Miami, they try to get people who are from Miami. So,
Yeah, I probably would also do maybe L.A. Just because I kind of want. I always want to have an excuse to go to L.A.
I love LA. I want to go back.
Take your ass to fucking L.A. man.
Damn, man. I just want to go back. I just think about it.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I definitely want to see like if they ever do respond to that or whatever. But it was just something I just know. I kept seeing the commentary and there's like a lot of people.
I mean, I've thought that a lot of times. I'm like, damn, Travis Scott again? I'm like, goddamn. I was still going because I love Travis Scott music. And I'm like, shit, I don't like festivals. But I've seen like, yeah, Travis Scott, Playboy. It's always been, the only time it wasn't Travis Scott is after Astroworld. And then you didn't see him on there for a couple of times, but nigga right back to the top. again.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think it's dropped like some clothes for women in Japan too, for those who follow Travis Scott
Interesting.
through Jordan Brand.
that's
So,
interesting.
It's weird.
I think it's a good time to wrap up, man. Please, thank you guys for tuning in for the beatsnchill podcast. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And till next time, we out.